Hello, what's going on everyone? And in this video, I want to show you guys how I coded an entire website using Deepseek, which is a new AI from China. And let me just demo the website for you guys, and then we can go into Deepseek and then see how we can actually build that.
Actually, this is how the website basically looks like. If you get into the website and in the first place, it has this fading effect, and we do have our logo section right here. This is where the menus are, and then we do have this hero section in the website, and we can actually scroll through it. This is what we do, talking about our services area, and we do have our services right here: web app, desktop app, AI, and then mobile apps, and then we do have the testimonial section right here. Quick down here, if you watch here, see that this is actually going to be changing with time. After 5 seconds, the first one changes to the next one, and just like that. And then we do have our footer down here. Okay, so all of these things that we have in here were basically coded using Deepseek. And I want to basically show you how to actually do that. Okay, just within a few prompts, and then you see it generates this particular beautiful looking website for you guys. And if you want to learn how to do that, let's go right in now and do that. All right, guys. So if you go to deepseek.com and then open that up, and what you want to do is to go ahead and hit on where it says the start now. And I want to hit on that, and it's basically going to open up this section for me. All right. And if you've actually used something like ChatGPT before, this interface should just basically be familiar to you. And all you need to do is just go ahead and enter your prompt right here, whatever chat you want to have with that of the Deepseek right here. And I want to go ahead and just tell it right now. I can say, can you let me just basically say build a modern looking website for my software development agency, and let me make sure I type this correctly, named, and I'm going to just give it, I'm going to just call it Code Kinder right here. All right, and I'm going to just say we offer these, and the first one is actually is going to be web app. I'm going to just say web app, comma, I'm going to just say the next one is going to be desktop AI models, and I'm going to just say something like desktop apps. So this is just basically the information I want to give to this right now. And what I basically want to do right now is just go ahead and hit on where it says send right here. Okay, remember the message right here or the chart. Build a modern looking website for my software development agency named Code Kinder. So let's just say named Code Kinder right here. And we offer these web apps. We also offer desktop app, AI models, and the desktop apps. Okay, I think I repeated desktop apps. I think the next one should be web app, desktop AI models, and mobile apps. So let's call this mobile apps. And let's go ahead and I hit on send right here. Let's see what it's actually going to give us. And it's actually spelling out what we can actually do. So it says creating a modern website for your software development agency. Code Kinder involves a clean professional design that highlights your services, web app, desktop app, AI model, and the mobile apps, and showcase your expertise. Below is a step-by-step guide to building the website, including design, and it's just basically going to give us the website structure right here: homepage, about us, portfolio, and the rest of the things that we got right here. Okay, design and then layout, and just giving us some primary colors right here, and even the typography right here. Okay, so that's cool, guys. That's cool, guys. So we do have that, even the layout, how the section is actually going to be, and okay, so those are the things that we got right here. However, what I want to do, I want to tell it to, okay, I think it even already went ahead to generate that for us. Oh, it's actually still building, guys. So wow, that's actually great. So after telling us about all of these things, call to action, about us, headline, who we are, all of these things that we got right here. So services section, we can have what we offer, and then we can have services cards like web apps, desktop, mobile apps, AI models, and down here we have our, what is it called, our portfolio down here. Then under our portfolio, we're going to have what our work speaks for itself, and project showcase, and it's going to go ahead and explain all of those things. And I think that that's just a lot modern. Okay, remember that I told you to just build a modern website for us. Blog insight is even in there. So those are the things, guys. So this is the contact section. Okay, I think if it can actually build all of these things that it just talked about, that would be a very nice website so far, guys. So that's just basically going to be very nice. So what we want to do right now is full scroll down right here, and as you can see, it's generating the HTML part for us right here. We can go ahead and then first of all, I want to copy the HTML right here. So I want to have that copied. And if I go back to, I will just basically want to go to my desktop right here, and I want to open up this folder that I have right here, Deepseek, and it's just basically empty. I don't have anything in it yet. So, but I want to open this up with my Visual Studio Code, because I would like to paste that code that it's just given me. So let's create a new file in here. It was called index.html from that of the Deepseek. So we can paste the code it has given us into this particular section, and we can save the changes just the way that it is. And I want to take a look at that. Of course, it wouldn't actually look beautiful, and that's because I don't think it has any CSS yet. Okay, so this is how it looks so far. Now we want to ask it to add CSS to that. So I'm going to just chat with it. I'm going to say, I'm going to just basically say good outline, comma, and I'm going to just say, can you give me the CSS part for the outline? And let's just say, make it look very nice. And let's go ahead and then send that. Let's see whether it's going to give us the CSS part. So that's just basically, it's still giving the CSS and even the JavaScript, as I can actually see right there. Okay, all right. So if we scroll from the beginning of the response, to the beginning of the response right here, you see that it says absolutely below is the CSS and JavaScript code complete the HTML outline I provided earlier. I will make sure that the design looks modern, clean, and professional with subtle animation and interactivity. Okay, all right. So I want to just basically I want to copy this. And but however, you can just take your time to take a look at the code it has actually given us. So within the body right here, we're going to have a pop-in right here sensor. That's just basically a font family, and we'll have the margin right here. And basically I wouldn't actually like go through explaining everything that we got right here, but those are just the basic things. Those are just the basic things that we already know how to do, and a lot more may actually come from what we do not actually know how to do. But it's like an AI, so it will basically design it for us just based on the instruction that we give it. Okay, so it's even designing the card section. We have the footer down here, and we have the keyframes right here. So that basically means that it's going to add some animation right here. The only thing I haven't actually seen yet is something like the responsiveness, but we can still add that, or ask it to add it to us for us as we move along. So let me just paste the code I've gotten so far. So if we get in here, so we need to create this particular file, and to do that, if we go in here, we're going to just say styles.css, and I open that up. And we want to go ahead and then paste the code we just copied, which is the CSS section. So we've gotten that from the Deepseek. If we go back right there, I want to get the JavaScript part of it. So if you scroll down a little bit, you see that we do have JavaScript in here. So I want to copy that. And it seems like that is actually going to be, we need to create maybe a file for this. To do that, if we go to, I want to check the development environment. Let's make sure the changes in here are actually saved, guys. And if we get in here, and I want to scroll to the bottom of this page to see whether we don't have any section for our JavaScript. So I can't actually find where it added that, but we can go ahead and add that by ourselves in here. So we can just say script, and we can close the scripts right here. And then within this place, we can just do src for source, and then we can go ahead and then say something like a script. This is going to be script.js. So this is going to be .js. So we do have that right there. And then we'll need to go ahead and then create this particular thing now. So to do that, I'm going to hit in here and just say script.js, and then open that up. And I want to paste the JS that I just copied right here. So save the changes. Then what I want to do right now is, if I go to the folder right here, so we do have all the files in here, and I want to double click on this to open it up with my browser. So let's double click on that. And this is how it's actually looking so far, guys. So with those few lines of code, or with just those few lines of a chart, look at what Deepseek have actually created for us. And to me, this looks amazing, guys. This looks amazing. So look at it right there. So we do have something like a logo in here, and then we'll have our menus right here. We have a home menu, have an about all services, portfolio, contact, and we do have this like a hero section of our web application where it says they're transforming ideas into digital reality. We build web app, desktop apps, AI models, and mobile apps that drive results. And here we have what we offer, and then we do have our web app right here, desktop app, AI model, and our mobile apps. And this is the footer right here. And I think that even the color combination is actually accurate, guys. So this is just what it is right here. So I think so far it was able to add what we offer section and the menu bar, and even this hero section of our web application right here with a button that you can actually hit on, and then to take you to the consultation platform or page. So to me this look pretty good, guys. So if you this is just basically a modern looking web application, as you can see. So we can go ahead and then ask it to add some other sections that we may want to add. Okay, so but so far this looks pretty nice to me. All right, this look very, very nice. And I do not want to also forget that we do have something like a fading effect once we land on this page. So if I refresh here, you see the way that this particular section is kind of a fade scene. So it looks pretty nice, guys. It looks pretty nice. All right, okay, this is basically the same thing. If I refresh, everything should actually come in. It's just basically the same thing. I think we opened this before now. So let's close one out, and then we'll have only one tab left right here. So just basically this. Beautiful, guys. And all right, so far what I want to do is, if we go back to this section right here, and we want to look for some sections that we can possibly ask it to add for us. And if we scroll up, we're going to find some sections it mentioned before now. If they actually are relevant enough for us to add, we can go ahead. We have contact us section. This basically should be maybe on a different web page. So let's forget about that for now, in order not to make the video overly long. Okay, so let's say for instance we want to add something like a client testimonial right here. Maybe after the client testimonial we can look for something else to actually add. We do have the hero section right here, this homepage section. This hero, we already got that, but we do not actually have what is it called, the client testimonials. And we also have the services section. And all right, let me just go ahead and ask it to add the other section. So can you add, I'm going to paste that, which is client testimonials, to these. And then let's go ahead and hit enter. All right, so it's about to add the client section, and it's actually still adding. So this is the updated CSS for the testimonial or client section. So first we want to go ahead, while that's the CSS is actually still loading, we can go ahead and copy the testimonial section right here for the HTML, and then go ahead and add it where we would like that to basically appear. And I would like to, just after this particular section right here, our services section, I want to have it down here. All right, so let's create enough space in here and then paste that. Let's save the changes, and we want to go back and then get the CSS, and I think it's still writing the CSS, but I just scroll down a little bit, and this is the CSS section. Look, I think that it's actually done with the CSS. So I want to basically copy this right here, and if I go back to my CSS section, I want to go ahead and enter that down there just right after, just before the footer anyway. So I think I should be able to add that just right after the footer. And I just want to put a comment in here, say something like, I want to just basically sorry about that. So this is going to be, I'm going to just do testimonial stars here, and I want to copy that. And I don't know if I kind of spell testimonial correctly. So down here I want to say testimonial and here. So let's do it that way. So within this place I want to paste that code in there. And so far I think if we refresh, if we go in here and then refresh, we should be able to have the testimonial section coming right there. I think this should be the testimonial section right here. All right, even though I think we should be able to there are places we need to like add images, right, which it cannot actually add that for us right now. But what I'm going to do, I think I know what I want to do. So let's go back first of all to down here. There's a place where it talked about this is optional testimonial carousel, and I think it's pretty beautiful if we want to add that, so that it can actually be sliding. So I'm going to copy this, and then of course this is going to be a JavaScript, so I'm going to add it to the JavaScript section. But I think there is still something else down there. Okay, it gave us the final HTML structure. So first of all, let me add this to the JavaScript down here. So, and I'm going to just do testimonial, and you should forgive me if I don't actually type testimonial correctly, guys. So let's paste that in here. I think it's I already even did that commenting for us. So I want to save the changes in here. and this is it, right? So it's creating a variable right here called a current testimonial, setting that to 0, and creating another variable testimonials, and then say document.query selector all, and we'll have this within our card testimonial section. If you check that, you should be able to find that testimonial card right here. So that's just what it's actually basically picking from that place. So I believe that you already know. I'm not here to like begin to explain the code for you guys, okay? But that's just what it is right now. So you just take that way, and then every 5 seconds it's actually going to change. So if you save the changes right here, then we'll go back to Deepseek. Let me see the output again, and then refresh, and it seems like that's a kind of going to be sliding. You see that it's actually changing. It changed to 1 right here, and after 5 seconds it changes again. So what I want to do right now is I want to see a way to add the image. So if we go back in here and then we'll get back to the HTML, we see that it's a kind of adding images for us right here, all right? And we do not actually have access to the image right now. So what I want to do, first of all, let's create a folder for our images in here. And I'm going to just say images like that, have that opened up. And what we want to do is to copy some images that we already got within our system right here. And I'm going to just pick quite a few. Maybe I'm going to just take some of my images right here. I want to just pick this one, and I hope I have other people's pictures on my phone right here. I mean on my laptop. Let me just copy and paste that one that I just got right now. If we go back in here, open this up on the real interface, so we don't have to like create the most perfect or to bring in the most perfect image in there. So let's rename all these images right here. So they are all in JPG. So if we go back right here, and first of all, I want to grab onto these. So change this to images and / I'm going to put 4 right there. For this particular one, I'm going to just do images / I'm going to just put 3 right there. And the other one, change these images / I'm going to put a 2 right here. And I think I'm actually not even getting this right. This should be JPG, and I don't know why I didn't do that. JPG, and even the last one right here, where is it? Right here. So I should also be able to add .jpg right here, otherwise the images will not actually show. Okay, I think we'll have just 3 so far, and yeah, that should just be that. I'm gonna save the changes, and if we go back to our application right here, and we should be able to see, I think we need to resize those images, guys. We need to resize those images, and what I'm gonna do, let's do width, and this is gonna be 180, maybe this is gonna be 140 pixels. Let's put an equality sign right there, and this is gonna be one that right there, and we're gonna also have a height, and this is just basically gonna be, maybe it's gonna just be something like let's say this is gonna be 200 pixels, and I know that this could be just a lot bit too big. And what I'm gonna do, instead of even doing all these things manual, I want to copy this and I go back to where is it, Deepseek right here, and I want to just basically say something like, I want to just say the section looks good, but I need to have a resized pictures there, and the images I have added to the code are the ones I want to use. So resize for me, and then I'm going to go ahead and then paste the code, and I hit on send. Okay, so I think it's doing that right now, and trying to update that, and I think it's just basically going to go ahead and then restart that for us, maybe within the CSS. All right, so it's doing that within the CSS right here, and what I'm going to basically do is I want to, let me copy this in case that there are some changes, and then if I go back in here, I want to go ahead and I put that right here, and that should be okay. So we got that right now, and for the CSS that it just gave us, let's go back in there and I try to copy it. So I think it's printed out the entire CSS part for us, and I think this is just basically what we need. But what I'm going to do right now is let me just copy everything in here. I believe um, maybe they did some changes to the rest of the code that we have in there. So if we go back in there in the development environment, and then we'll go to the CSS, and we can go ahead and then see a way that we can actually try to change these. I'm going to copy from here, highlight from there up to this place and save the changes. So if we go back to
right here and then refresh, and that is looking just the way that it should basically look right now, guys. So look at that. So it changes, and after 5 seconds it's still going to change again. See what is happening down here, guys? So that's just how you can actually get your client section right there. So and it looks really very nice, guys. So I think what I'm gonna do right now is just maybe I'm gonna add some icons to this. I'm gonna ask you to add some icons to this and also add a button down here that people can actually hit to apply, and we just basically stop right there. Okay, so to do that, if we go back to right here, I'm going to, let's say, add some icons to the services section, and so I think I need to get the code. If we go back to this section, and I will go to, basically it's going to be right here up to this particular place what we offer. I'm going to just copy this and tell it to add some icons. So let's go back in here, maybe from font also. So do something like that from font also. And I want to paste the code right there and then hit on send. All right, so it's trying to add that. Okay, so it's giving me the link to the font awesome library right here, and after that it's calling them right within that particular section right here. All right, so at first let's get this. I'm going to copy this and put it in the head region of the website. So if we go back in here, and this is the HTML part, so if we scroll to the top, I'm going to go ahead and then try to link that down here. So I'm going to put that in here, and the next one we want to do, or we want to implement, is to go ahead and then we can copy this the way that it is, go back to our HTML, and I basically want to replace the services section, so section right here. I want to place that in there, save the changes, and I think that that's all. Is there any other thing we need to, let's scroll down a little bit. Okay, we can add some stuff to the CSS. All right, so let's copy the CSS. I think let's style the CSS for us a little bit, and we can also add optional animation right here just to make the card a kind of a slide. But first of all, let me go ahead and then paste the one that I just copied right now. I think I copied the CSS, right? I don't even know what I copied anymore. So let me go back, and I think I just copied, okay, the CSS and to the services section. So if we go back in here, and I want to look for the services section right here. Okay, right here. So I want to go ahead and try to paste that right here, and then save the changes. So if we go back to full refreshing here, and we'll scroll down, we should be able to, okay, see refreshing. All right, so if we scroll down, and actually I'm not seeing the icons coming. Be sure we saved the changes. Maybe there is network issue, because I can see that we did save the changes right here, and then we do have what is it called, the link pasted right here. So we should be able to grab, I see the changes coming. All right, so maybe we should clear the cache if I do Control 5 right here, and let's check if that is actually going to come in. And as you can see, it actually comes in, guys. So look at it. So these are the icons I'm talking about, the kind of adding.
All right, so with just a few lines of a prompt, you see the way that we're able to put all of these things together right here. So I think I forgot to turn on my microphone on. I don't know if you guys are kind of hear all of the things that I said about how I was able to add these things, okay? But I hope that the video is actually going to show you guys how I did those. All right, so through this particular place, so I was just basically copying and pasting the previous code and then giving it instruction on what I want them to do. All right, so I think basically from here, that's basically where we could be having microphone issue. So I forgot to turn it on, and because I kind of went for break and then came back and then decided to complete the rest. All right, guys, so with a tool like this, like Deepseek, you can actually use it to build your projects a lot faster than you would actually do it if you were actually not using something like an AI. Okay, so the response is right here. Just added this to the header, and then we went ahead to add the HTML part of it, which is basically edited, and then the classes that are actually meant for us to be able to have those icons are placed right here. So that's just basically what that is. So if you like the video, feel free to hit the like button, and if you want to subscribe to the channel, that's completely up to you. You can go ahead and do that. And I think I will see you guys in the next one. And if you have any suggestions, you can go ahead and drop that in the comment section. Thanks guys, and then I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.